everybody, welcome back to my channel, Razel Dazel. I'm here with Apollo. He's keeping me entertained today. It's Thursday already, and it's been a real gloomy week. Just really cloudy and rainy. And I've been busy crocheting. What you looking at, kitty? He's such a lover, aren't you? Keeps me entertained. So, I was working on a poncho, and I've been working on keychains. I made a bunch of these keychains here. All the different fruits. Here's a little, it's a strawberry, and I made them little tongues so their tongues are sticking out. And I did a blueberry for Blueberry Festival. It's kind of an idea I came up with, just making a bunch of these fruity keychains. So I was working on that. And then I got bored with the keychains and decided to make a poncho. And I had the Granny Square deck of cards, and that's what I used. And I went through the granny squares to see which one I wanted to do, because there's a lot to choose from. 52, I think, is in a deck. 50 different squares, and that's one that I was thinking about doing. I chose 2 out of the deck that I really liked. But I chose this one here. That's the one that I chose. So I did that one, and I did it in purple instead of the blue. I used purple with the, and I used Pound of Love in the purple, but the rest is Big Twist. And this is Gilwin Square, the Gilwin Square. And it tells you how to make the square. And this is how it turned out. And this is an intermediate granny square pattern because of all of the color changes. I had to do a lot of color changes to get the green leaves in there. That's where all of the color changing was going on. It's a lot of weaving. See, here's all of the weaving I have to do from all of the color changing. So I have to weave all of that in to get it to look like that. And I decided to do the Granny Square poncho, and I'm excited. I'm excited about it. So here is what one panel looks like on the poncho for the Granny Square poncho. And this is just the one panel. I have to make 4 panels with the granny squares to form the poncho. So this is kind of how it's gonna look. I've got 3 so far. I'm working on the 4th one right now. But once I attach all of the panels together, this is the type of design it's gonna make. For the poncho. I think it's gonna be really cute. It's gloomy, just like today, but it's got that bright yellow in it, and I'm thinking about doing different color variations too. And I still have to weave my yarn in on these panels. Takes a lot of work, but I'm hardcore into it right now. And like I said, I kind of want to make another one with different color variations. And this is the panel I'm working on right now. So there's the granny square in the center. And then I started doing just the regular granny square border there. And then this is the double crochet solid. And once I put it together, I'm gonna kind of see how I want the length to be. Once I put it together, I might add a little more down at the bottom to make it a little bit longer. I haven't figured that part out yet. But that's what I've been working on all week on my days off. And it just kind of popped in my head that I was going to make a poncho, and I was going to go with the granny square poncho. And this is what I came up with. And it's been taking a pretty long time putting it together. Of course, yesterday I was super tired. When the weather is dreary like this, it just makes me want to sleep. But I got my coffee this morning. I've been drinking coffee and watching a bunch of documentaries because I love documentaries. I'm watching the ones on YouTube about the huge, I don't know what you want to call them, coils, or but whatever they found underneath the pyramids. I've been watching documentaries on that because it's super exciting, and they're thinking that maybe there's some more tombs underneath the pyramid. And it's like 1,400 feet under the ground, something crazy, which is just, it's insane just thinking about. Yeah, So I've been watching stuff on the pyramids. And crocheting a poncho. And I even looked up the history on ponchos, and they originated from South America, like 500 BC is when the poncho was technically invented by the Indians. And they say the poncho's colors was a sign of hierarchy, and it would give that person a certain type of a status. They would do red ponchos would be for a warrior, and black is for the highest hierarchy, I guess. That's what they were saying. But yeah, the colors have meaning. And I got so many colors in this. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different colors. Yeah. 5 different colors in this panel. I've got the olive drab, the mustard, the black, and the medium gray, and then this purple. And the purple is a Pound of Love purple, and I was really picky about my purples for some reason. But I chose the Pound of Love purple because the shade just kind of went, I thought. I didn't want it too bright or too dark on my purple color. So this one just turned out the way that I preferred it to look. But I am going to make another poncho using the same granny square and do a different color. Like maybe instead of doing the black and the yellow, I'll do like a gray and a purple, or the green or something. I haven't decided yet. But I really like this mustard yellow color. It really makes it pop. And it's almost kind of like Halloween looking, to tell you the truth. It's got a little bit of a Halloween flair to it. But there's all kinds of different granny square patterns. This one was intermediate. I had to look it up in the little booklet that it had. They said that that one was intermediate because of all of the color changes you had to do. And this one here, it only has 2 colors. It's got a yellow and a green, but you could use whatever color you wanted. And I really liked that pattern too. It's kind of like a Celtic pattern, and I really liked that one. So these are the 2 that I picked out of the granny square deck. It gives you lots of ideas. There's all kinds of different granny squares, and I guess they all have different like there's easy, intermediate, and probably more difficult. Yeah, see, there's different skill levels on these. In this little book, it'll tell you which ones are super easy. Like here's a couple of them that are beginners, if you want the beginner ones, and they have intermediate. Let's see if I can find a really hard one. We got intermediate, beginner, all say intermediate. There are a few. Ooh, here's advanced. That pink one right there is advanced. So that's a super hard granny square to do. It kind of has that pinwheel look to it. And it says that one's advanced. So there are a couple in here that are advanced. But anyways, these are the two that I chose to make my ponchos with. And this is the one that I'm working on right now. And as you can see, that it's intermediate, and I think it's intermediate because of all of the weaving that you have to do. All of the color changes is kind of what it said. To get the green petals in there was a lot of work, just to get the green for the flower. And that's all of the weaving I have to do. So yeah, it probably, I mean, my first one, it probably took me about an hour and a half to get it, this one square put together. And that's there's two different sides. This side's the poofy side where it's kind of puffed out, or you can use this side that's more pushed in. I kind of like the pushed in look better, but I'm gonna make the poncho reversible. So if you want the poofy side out, or if you can turn it inside out and then have, you know, if you want the more poofy look or the flatter look. And hopefully I can get this poncho done today, because I've been on it hardcore. This is the last panel I have to make. And then I can sew them together. And I want to do fringe too. I want to see if I'm going to lengthen it to make it longer, because I didn't want to put too much black in it. If I'm going to do more black, I want it more towards the bottom, and I don't want to mess with the color that I have up top, if that makes any sense. That's kind of why I stopped right here for the panel, because I don't want to put any more in to make it longer, because I don't want too much black in it unless I stick it down at the bottom. Because if I put the fringe in, the different colors of fringe down at the bottom, it's gonna break it up, is my reasoning. I don't know. Playing around with this idea for this poncho. This is the way I'm doing my granny square poncho. And of course there's all kinds of different ways you can do your granny square poncho. I got on Pinterest and was kind of looking at the granny square poncho, and this is just what popped in my head, and this is what I came up with. But I have just the regular granny square looking pattern here. Let's see, and I probably got what? Okay, so I got 4 rows of this regular granny square type of stitch that's got the holes in it. And then I went with this double crochet, and I got 3 rows of the black, 2 rows of the yellow, and another 3 rows for the black. And that gives you a really big granny square. And I'm not gonna, like some people, they block their granny squares to make them look more square. But I'm not really gonna mess with that, since this is just gonna be a really nice poncho. I don't block them because I don't have a granny square blocker, so I'm not really gonna be too worried about it. But I got a gift, this coffee mug from my family. They went to Tennessee last week, and I survived all by myself with Kitty and a doggy. And they did see a black bear in Tennessee roaming around. There was a black bear there, and they had pictures of the black bear. He was roaming around looking for food in the trash can while he was sitting on a picnic bench. But nobody got hurt. They didn't mess with the bear. You don't mess with bears. Nope. But I'm super excited about this poncho. I've been working on it for the past 3 days now. And the colors, I think, it's gonna be cute. Come on. Now I can do different colors, but I decided to kind of stay in the dark, gloomy realm with this mustard color. But it's pretty. I think it's pretty. Different. Pretty and different and unique. And like I said, I'm gonna make another one the same way and just change up the colors. Like instead of the black, maybe I'll do gray or purple or green. And instead of the mustard color, maybe I'll do, you know, something different, and mix it up. Because I don't like doing the same colors. And I take so much time making these that you want it to be different. You don't want to have the same thing that somebody else has. So that's why I like to mix up the colors a little bit to make it unique. One of a kind. But it's a pretty big project. And I am enjoying making it. I thought about doing child size first, and then I'm like, I want to make something for the adults. Something fun for the adults to wear. And Francis gave me the idea of doing a poncho. And I was like, well, I got this, I bought this granny square deck and I should use it. Otherwise, it's just gonna sit here and collect dust. So, these are the ones that I really liked. Those two are the ones that I really liked and picked them out, and I decided to do that one. There's so many different cards that have all these pretty prints in them. But yeah, this is more of like a Celtic design. And then this is just that really pretty flower. But yeah, I have all kinds of different patterns with the granny squares. Give you guys some ideas on how to make granny square ponchos. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been working on today. Figured I'd get on here and let you guys know what I'm up to. And maybe I'll do another video when I get it done, because I'm super excited about this. Once I get it all put together. And like I said, I already got a couple of these, a couple more squares made here. So I'd like to do another one just in different colors and mix the colors up. But yeah, that's a lot of weaving to do on one granny square. I think it's going to be worth it. I think it's going to turn out really cute. And I'm going through my black yarn pretty fast. Let's see. That's how much I got left of the black. So I'm not sure how much yarn this takes. Because I'm using all these different colors. Maybe about 1.5 balls of the value. The big twist value is what I'm using. And I'm doing 4 panels. And then I have to do the fringe. And then I might do, I don't know if I'm gonna do a cord that's got the little pom-poms in the front, or tassels, little tassels on it. I'll probably do that. I've even seen them have the hoods, and I thought about the hoods, but I don't think I'm gonna put a hood on mine, because I figure I can wear a hoodie and just put the poncho underneath, and then I'll just have my hoodie from my sweater if I wanted a hood. Because basically a poncho is just for extra warmth. be so cute to wear this out gardening or sitting out on the porch or going to the farmer's market or anywhere really. It just adds a lot of color to your wardrobe when it's chilly outside. Super cute. So anyways, hopefully today I can finish this up and then maybe, well, I'm gonna have to do another video to show you what it looks like when I get it done. When I get all of this weaved in and all put together, we can get more of an idea of how it's gonna look. I think it's gonna be cute. Alrighty. Well, I'll talk to you guys later and see you next time. Bye.